What is up, my viewers? Spang here, bringing you yet another World of Tanks gameplay commentary, the second video in my continuation of the 9.6 replays. Now, as you probably noticed on my channel at this point, or at least I should have started this, is the fact I'm doing 9.6 along 9.10 in order to catch up, because, well, 9.12 just came out, and I'm throwing a lot of numbers out there, but hopefully I'll be able to really catch up. And once 9.10 is through, I'll be focusing on doing 9.12 replays as well. So ideally what I'm aiming to do with this is bring both recent and old content to my channel, like kind of keep my channel relevant to what is currently happening within World of Tanks, rather than always being in a perpetual cycle of trying to catch up. So we'll see what that happens, but how that happens. But anyway, getting into this match, as I'm clearly just so out of practice, we have a replay submission from Never Aim on a standard battle for Karelia, right? Yes, I got the name of the map right for a change. He is platoon up with Minnow ZV, or Minozv. Both of them are longtime viewers and submitters for my channel. Great fans. I am lucky to have them as contributors, and just, I would almost say friends at this point, even though it's like friends through just watching them play. I don't even know. It's like a weird sort of pseudo relationship, but rambling on enough about that. So I did get a little bit of explanation from Never Aim here. He is looking to more or less be a frontliner, as he so termed it, as a Jagdtiger. Now the Jagdtiger does have decent armor, especially when you angle it like he is and trying to really abuse this sort of corner, which is just so very perfect for this vehicle. The IS-8 bouncing with no damage. An enemy Jagdtiger managing to smack him pretty hard, but looking pretty good still. He does have 1800 hit points, so he's got more than enough armor. And this T-26 E4 has not a chance, not a snowball's chance in hell. It's worse than that of getting through the Jagdtiger. Now, the T-26 whatever that tank is called again, yes, the T-26 E4 is taken out by Minnow. Now, what Never Aim is specifically doing here is he is spotting for his ally Minnow, who is in a stock, I believe, 122.44, sitting a bit far back. Now, the 122.44 does have better camouflage value than the Jagdtiger, if I am not mistaken. And at the same time, Never Aim here does have coated optics on his Jagdtiger, giving it pretty powerful view range, better so than it would otherwise have. And I do believe the Jagdtiger is one of the vehicles that didn't suffer too heavily from the view range nerf that came the TD's way. Not to mention, I do believe this is 9.6, and I don't think that view range nerf has come yet, or if it did, it was this patch. It's really hard keeping track of all the changes that happen, and also part of the reason why I really do need to be uploading content as it happens in the game to my channel, and kind of the effort I'm going to be making with 9.10 and eventually 9.12 alongside 9.6, 9.7, 9.8, and gradually catching up. Now, the Roomba, a beautifully open target, will take massive damage here, 537, from Never Aim, who's already up to 2,700 plus damage, and doing a significant portion a significant job of carrying his team. The enemy team down by about 3,000 hit points. That's a pretty significant margin. Does take a snapshot a little bit at the IS-8 and manages to have that pay off. Now, the Jagdtiger does have pretty impressive accuracy and very impressive damage per minute. So it is certainly a great tank to be sniping with, or even just supporting fire. When you have as many targets as Never Aim has right here, you really can put that DPM to use and punish the enemy team for being as bold as they are. Now, enemy Jagdtiger looking like he wants to try and trade shots, but they will both balance each other. VK4502B joining the fight, a very sturdily armored vehicle ever since its buff way back when, a few patches back. And really, even shooting its lower plate does not benefit you. Its side armor is a little bit soft, so you have to be careful not to side scrape too much, but at the same time, due to how powerful its frontal armor is, you really don't have to angle it all that extremely, so just keeping that in mind if you're playing it. Looks like the T-34 thinking he can side scrape. Never Aim pointing out to him just how silly of a notion that was. And I would say probably the same thing would have happened with the 4502, maybe not to the same extreme. I think if the 4502B had done the same thing at the same angle the T-34 had, he would have ricocheted. But the 4502B exposing his very soft side armor to that WZ-120, who took full advantage of it, but quickly paying for his mistake by being too far down the hill. Had the 120 been a bit further up, I do know from what I hear The Chinese vehicles have pretty terrible gun depression. He might not have been able to shoot down, but at the same time, he probably wouldn't have died. So I don't know if it was really worth it. The LTTB, scout tank, light tank, whatever you want to call it, someone called me out earlier on an older video who is now a subscriber. So if you're watching this, I will not name you. I'm not looking to name and shame. I'm just saying you are right. I called pretty much every light tank in the game a scout tank. And while scout tank is more of a role and less of a class, you're not wrong. But most light tanks in the game can excel in the scout tank role, and really it's so I guess I'll eventually address this more when relevant, since this is a TD match. And right now it looks like Minnow pushing up on the hill, looking to get side shots on a lot of the enemy TDs, and that 5120 to the north. Looks like Never Aim's team is doing a pretty good job of holding the line, more or less. Very minimal losses for his team on that front. And a couple losses in the center because, well, they were just plain exposed to those forces in the north. The Jagdtiger, having fallen back in considerable amount, having just fired, and looking like he will expose his lower plate. Never Aim living up to his name, and pretty much just third person no-scoping it. Looking like he will get the kill shot here, but not before taking 666 damage from the enemy Jagdtiger. Ouch. Getting 4,350 damage, making himself a very valuable member of this team. 3 kills for Never Aim, 2 kills for Minnow. Kind of hoping for another kill for Minnow here to see if they can get brothers in arms, but I don't think it's going to happen. He's trying desperately to shoot that 5120, but not quite sure he'll get the kill, especially with Waffenträger Panzer, the tier 9 to the north, as well as a T69 closing in. It's going to be hard for him to get the opportune shot. Now, if it is stock, I do believe that's probably using a fairly inaccurate gun, although I have not made it that far on that TD line for the Russian tanks yet, so I can't say so with any degree of certainty. But looking like this AT-15 doing a pretty good job of penetrating Never Aim here, and with AP standard rounds, no less. Never Aim getting very close to death. So Minnow might get the 3rd kill here, but if Never Aim dies, their brothers in they won't get brothers in arms. They both need to survive to get it. And ooh, a full health birdie, taking a lot of punishment there and nearly dying from 1 salvo from the friendly team. And Never Aim looking to possibly get kill number 5. It will be kill number 5. And Minnow continuing to push up, full health nonetheless. And a Jagdpanther on his left here, but he isn't spotted, so Never Aim is more or less safe. In fact, it is impossible for that Jagdpanther to spot him due to his positioning. Less so now, and Never Aim kind of caught out in the open. Will he get spotted? Not quite. It looks like the enemy team will fall and crumble 15-5. A very good, effective job of being a frontline TD. Now, that is something the German TDs excel at, is being frontline assault guns, as it were. And Minnow doing a good job with the Russian TDs, a bit softer, a bit squishier, and not so much on survivability comparatively to the German line. So I think they both play very well, but let's actually see how those post-game stats actually stack up. And here we go. I actually failed to take note that in this video, Never Aim, part of the Wawa clan, is also the same clan Crazy JC in the previous video was a part of. They are clanmates, so obviously I don't know if they talked with each other and came to both be followers through discussion, or if it just happened to be happenstance. But regardless, Mastery Badge Ace Tinker, High Caliber, and Tinker Sniper, even being a quote-unquote frontline TD, an assault gun, as I so termed it, still managing to do a significant amount of damage from a distance of 300 meters or more. And like I said, the Jagdtiger definitely has the accuracy to do that and punish the enemy team, earning quite a bit of credits and experience for his trouble. Now, it looks like the top 2 performers by damage on his team were Minnow and himself. The enemy team, that LTTB, doing work, probably shooting a lot of vehicles in the center and to the north. But the Jagdtiger on the enemy team not doing too bad for himself either. Quite a few 0 performers for the enemy team, quite unfortunate for them. And for his team, 1 or 2, but not quite as substantial. I mean, it was 15-5, what do you expect? With a good chunk of the damage going to Never Aim. He really wasn't sharing all too kindly. Still, a very well executed strategy by him and Minnow, showing even the fact that even a little bit of teamwork can go a long way. Even the semblance of a strategy can work to your advantage, rather than just, as many players in the game put it, pubbing it, or just, you know, random sort of seeing, oh, I'll do my thing, you do your thing, rah, rah. It just kind of doesn't always work out all that well, as demonstrated by the enemy team. Still, 18 shots fired, 16 direct hits, and 13 penetrations. Unfortunate he did not have a better ratio, but damage from a distance of more than 300 meters, over 3,000, close to 3,500, and over 6,000 damage total dealt. Looks like he damaged 8, destroyed 5 of those, 1 away from Top Gun. Quite unfortunate, but you can't always get the medals you want. Still, he got 2 medals, can't complain too much with that. Total credits earned, a good amount. Would have earned credits on Premium or Standard, and got quite a bit of experience for his trouble, actually, with it being his ×2. Now, I'm kind of curious if he actually has the Jagdpanzer E100 unlocked and he's just pubbing in the Jagdtiger for fun, or if he is working towards unlocking it. He might tell me in the comment section below, but even if he doesn't, I mean, it's not a big deal, just a random curious thought. Still, that's going to wrap it up for this video, as I have nothing more of importance to say. I mean, it's arguable if I ever have anything of importance to say, but if you like this video, be sure to hit that like button, let me know. If you want to see more, subscribe, and if you've got a replay you want to submit, well, there is instructions for that and more in the description down below. But until next time, this has been Spang, and I am just clearly oh so professional.
MLG Dynamo!